Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Difficulty and Panzer Corps. Well, the Panzer Corps part is no surprise. But very special mission again. Arras it is, and this is one of the big turning points in the Grand Campaign 40. If we manage to do well here, I think the rest of the Grand Campaign won't be that big of a deal. At least I hope that's the case. Let's switch back into the game and take a short look at the deployment here. This is a great map and a lot of tactical options, a lot of strategic options. I will try to explain as much as possible of my thoughts here. And it's been quite a while since I played this, so let's rediscover what I did here together. The basic layout is in principle the same as on Manstein difficulty. I have one Gebirgsjäger here. Wagner is trusted with the southern sector. I have a very strong force in the center. This is the most important thing for me, to take control over the center and then push towards Arras. But there are strong forces of the British moving downwards from the north west, and we have to deal with them. In the north, another very strong force. Well, here's the north. Grenadier, Fallschirmjäger and the 88. Biggest difference here, the 88 doesn't have plus movement, so it will be more tricky to do all the maneuvering in here. But we have to destroy a lot of tanks around here. Another challenge, one less fighter, and the enemy air force is pretty big on this one. So I brought my mobile anti-aircraft cannon to help out a little bit. I didn't go overboard with overstrengths. Most of the things are not maxed out. Let's see. Let's see how this is going to go. If you have any questions in the chat or in the comments, just drop them. I will make sure to reply to every single one of them. I think without further ado, let's go into this. And as always, the goal is not to have a decisive victory here. Well, the goal is to have a decisive victory here, but not only to have a decisive victory here, we want to destroy the British armored forces on this one. And start things off. I think I talked about this on Manstein difficulty. Very important in general, and especially on this map, is the concept of engagement and control zones. You always have to make sure to exactly know which targets or which enemy units you want to engage, and ideally the goal is to destroy them. If you decide to engage them, you should try to destroy them. And the other units should be controlled, and there are a lot of options for controlling units. You can pin them by damaging them, for example. You can push them back. You can control their movement. You can control their vision. A lot of tools to your disposal to control enemy units. But you don't want to... the goal is not to destroy them. You probably want to engage them, but you don't want to destroy them. And you don't want to fight them, basically. So those two tanks definitely are in my engagement zone. They need to be destroyed. And I'm committing a lot of forces in doing so. A lot of artillery is lined up here to make sure I can actually kill them. And I also brought a pioneer to do maximum damage to them in the forest. That are all things that are engineered to make this a safe kill. Yeah, that's a success. The next engagement target is this French infantry. I want to take over the city to be able to control their vision, and discovering another tank. This is very important. We need to control him. I don't want him to move in, and I can use Helmut Land to pin him because he is too strong. Most likely the enemy air force won't attack him directly if we give them more interesting targets. Down here, he will be in our control zone. We want to lure them in and ambush him. There's an option to fight him in the forest. I'm not sure if I tried it, but I like this way best. And I deliberately brought infantry unit with defense hero just to be more safe in withstanding the attack of this Renault. So far everything is working out. He will get controlled. Now that we have all the information around here, it's easy to build fighter traps. And also to build additional traps. This Renault, if the enemy air force goes in, will most likely see something and get ambushed by Kerscher here. The air force forming multiple traps here. Everything is stacked up just to prevent any damage here. The anti-aircraft cannon is going to assist. And I really need to focus. I really need to focus down enemy aircraft. Because I don't have that many planes. Hi Goose. Glad you made it. And other than that, we'll just do scouting here. That's nothing too spectacular. Then same thing as on Manstein. This time a little bit more luck. But there are units lined up to assist. The scout can go in, take a shot, and even the Panzer III can go forward and take another shot. But the goal is to take out this infantry unit. That's essential for this strategy because this provides an additional trap opportunity. Oledier in the bocage is very safe if he is guarded by a fighter. Other than that, we carefully advance, build the trap, and that's it. Atrocious hit. Double layer trap. Anti-aircraft cannon assisting. Trap. Trap. So far, everything is working like a charm. That's unexpected. That didn't happen on Manstein. But the Panzer III is holding up. That's even better now. One moment. Let's take a look at the situation and see what happened here. This trap is relatively safe. The Blenheim can be suppressed easily by the fighter. You could take 1 or 2 points of damage if you're really unlucky, but it doesn't make a big difference. The Sturmpanzer here is super safe, fighter and anti-aircraft cannon. The fighter can't do damage through all of this. Kerscher here, if he is super unlucky, will get 1 damage point. But only if he's super unlucky. Other than that, that's pretty safe. Deer should be safe. Usually you should expect a little bit more damage. This was not the greatest. And yeah, this was a surprise. The Samur, but he doesn't have 1-star of experience. I put my stronger SE unit here. He has 2 stars, backed up by the Sturmpanzer. He should be able to hold out. And Goose, no, I couldn't do it without reloads. The main issue here is weather. I wanted to talk about that. Yeah, this is a very reliable way to do it, but the only thing you can't control is weather. I had to restart at least 2 times. One was because I landed in torrential rains, and one time I landed in mud hell. Under those conditions, no way you're going to get the decisive victory. If you get too many bad weather days at the wrong moments, no chance you can do it. So just make safe games and make sure, yeah, just reload. You can't force to have always great weather. You can do it, but it's not necessary. But if you have multiple turns of rain or turns of mud, it's, in my opinion, impossible to do it. But other than that, in regards of fighting the enemy, this is a very, very stable way to do it. Yeah, getting rid of the enemy air force. '88. No. This is a critical kill, relatively critical kill, but you have 2 shots with a 12th ranks fighter, plus a shot from the 88, plus possibly a shot from Deer. Between those 3, you should be able to finish it off. If not, you have serious bad luck, and yeah, just reload, I guess, but you don't want to let the fighters get away. It's probably not that bad because you can retrap them, but it's an additional annoyance, and you have to always think about traps, and it overloads your brain capacity, I think. So just make sure you destroy them. Over here it shouldn't be a problem. You have a reserve 88, you have 1 mobile anti-aircraft unit, and you have 2 fighters to trap to finish off already damaged planes. That's pretty safe. And on this one I agree, Goose. This is, weather is your worst enemy on Arras. This is really the only thing I couldn't mitigate. Yeah, he is very damaged. This was quite lucky, but again, I deliberately have multiple units here to fire shots at him. Don't want to risk losing the overstrength, so I'm using the 88 first. Everything here is designed towards, yeah, reducing potential for bad luck. Everything here is fully suppressed, no risk involved. Again, don't de-entrench him too much. The Fallschirmjägers can do massive damage, and yeah, this was very lucky, but you can already see this is overkill. It's very unlikely that you are not able to destroy him. Then we spot a Whitley here. We don't have enough forces to actually destroy it or engage it, so we have to control it, and the best way to control an enemy bomber is by luring him in and destroying him. That's why it's so important to finish off any enemy resistance around here, because I want to go into the dark and only show them something up here where I can lure him towards my 88. Yeah, again, attacking with the auxiliary 88 first. This is another overkill situation. And these are not attractive targets. And no, my Fallschirmjägers don't have a spotting hero. He has an attack +2 hero. I made sure to name all the all my units. I'm not sure what's actually providing vision on this hex. That's peculiar. Ah, Kersha does. That's the reason. Okay, and then very important movements. We'll talk about them step by step. This has a vision range of 1. I want him to attack into the auxiliary scout, just to start damaging him, so I can get rid of him quicker. Here I am setting up for traps next turn. The puck can move forward, get into vision range, and the artillery can move up to form the trap. And here I want to stay out of vision range, and this is a very tricky part. I want to get into the fight as quickly as possible. Ideally, I want to force a surrender on this anti-tank unit, and ideally I want to damage this gun a lot. We'll see. But I don't want to push him out. I just want to damage him. And I think what I did here is... yeah, I don't think I attack into this, just to not risk overstrengths on all the deer. He has a vision range of 2, showing him the tank that's the ideal target for the Whitley. And I'm setting everything here up for next turn. On the next turn he will be suppressed already, and I can focus my artillery shot on the anti-tank unit. Yep, that's basically it. Enemy movement, trapping him. And here you see the amount of enemy tanks is absolutely ridiculous. Trap works. Taking actually quite a bit of damage here. And I had to... yeah, I had to experiment a little bit until I found a perfect solution for this group up here. And like I said, the final solution was not attacking them. I don't want to risk my overstrengths. Like I said, everything is designed to not be dependent on rules. Yeah, Whitley down. Wow, big hit. But the main point is to de-entrench him, so my artillery can do a little bit more. Suppress the artillery completely, force a surrender, kill him off. Well, he refuses to die, but we have multiple units that can do it. And there is a slight possibility that Oladir takes damage here. But I think it's... in the prediction it's a 0% chance, but sometimes you lose the initiative roll and then you take damage nevertheless. And very helpful is that I have a +2 attack here on my Stuka. That's something that cannot be underestimated. Yeah, pushing him into the city. Now he is controlled, he can't reinforce much, but the main thing is getting rid of these forces super quickly. Then I am preparing for the attack on another position. Well, it's jumping around quite a bit, because when I have to think a lot, I tend to switch to areas of the battle where I can do obvious things first. But what I want to do here is move forward in artillery protection to probably lure out this anti-tank unit, so I can finish it off easier. He should be in hold position. Gebirgsjäger come around so that I can deal with the French infantry, and the Fallschirmjägers prepare to move up and engage the anti-tank unit. Down here, that's the trap situation we already talked about. And down here, yeah, I think it's pretty safe to... Yeah, I don't remember what I did here. Because there's a Matilda back here that don't want to activate it. Well, actually I do. Okay. I want to pin him, but in case if it doesn't work, I want to trap him with the auxiliary unit. That's another great way to avoid damage on your core units. Fail safe. If land fails, the scout has to pay. Just want to control this gun. In that case, damaging it. I actually don't want to destroy it, because then this anti-tank unit moves up and I don't have artillery ready to protect my Gebirgsjäger. And this way they are guaranteed to do no damage, because the anti-tank unit can't reach anything. So everything is very meticulously planned here. The other units can move up. Already moving up another unit that can help deal with this anti-tank unit. And then I think we are done with the turn. Yeah, this is the first attack group of the British. And one moment, the important part is to take control over Perenchier. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Before this group hits you. That's the goal, because I want to trap them in here. One moment. Goose is saying I'm almost done with Afrikorps on double Rommel. Yeah, I'm a little bit sad because that campaign has been so much fun. I almost think that doing an ultimate playthrough on that campaign. Yeah, I absolutely understand what you're saying. Afrika Korps is one of the best campaigns ever made for a Panzer Corps game-like game. And I still have to do the Italian challenge. Combining that with Ultimate will be a bit much, probably. But if you're up for the challenge, Goose, I am in. Yeah. Here the trap works. We have to do damage on our and on their turn. yeah, miserable damage. Doesn't matter too much. Like I said, you are not dependent on rules. One moment. Simply because he is actually in our control zone and only next turn will be in our engagement zone. We don't care too much about doing damage. Yeah, preparing the first trap. You have to time that out perfectly. The moment this group hits, the 88 needs to be in position to trap the incoming tanks. He sadly didn't fall for my trap. Don't know why. One moment. Probably that was a slight oversight on my part. Sorry for switching around so much. I hope you're not getting confused. He has a vision range of 1. Yeah. Of course I couldn't lure him out. I noticed that. So I'm moving up my trap line a little bit. The French unit has been taken out. So he has no spotter and will go for the tank, hopefully. Other than that, down here, it's key to have more units ready to deal with him. Because he's not so easy to destroy. But anti-tank on anti-tank usually does a lot of damage. Weakened gun can be taken out. Then I notice a surrender option. Before watching a lot of Goose plays, I wouldn't have spotted that one. But choose the enemy tank. Can't resist that. And that quickly collapses everything. Whoops, stop. And on turn 4, I'm already ready to form my trap line. To counter the first attack wave that's coming out of the direction of Arras. On turn 5, we want to be set up here. I think you have time until turn 6. So even if you fail some critical rolls here, don't worry, I'm too early anyways. Yeah, that's a trap. And here everything is prepared. I think we are ready. Yeah, some pot shots to eliminate some of the incoming damage. And I think here I had to reload because of bad weather. Because if you get rain on this turn, it's actually horrible. Because then they will do a lot of damage to your 88. And this whole trap operation up here is pretty doomed. But I think this is one of the only reloads I had to do. Yeah, let's let the turn unfold. And very helpful that he is a plus defense hero. And interestingly, or to my quite bewilderment or shock, this attack group suddenly gets funneled down towards the south. That's something I absolutely did not expect. I hoped I could keep them in this pocket and keep them pounding their heads against my 88 wall, but not so much luck. Now I have to deal with them right here, right now. Not great. And this is a force that cannot be underestimated. And Goose, you can't keep the weather from happening, I think. If I do reloads, I usually restart the whole thing. I have some, yeah, saves at key moments usually. Just not to have to replay everything that's already perfectly worked out, because that's, yeah, pointless and a waste of time. But I want to play out the thing, yeah, in a fair way. Yeah, one moment. Especially because if you do reloads, things like this surprise attack towards the south don't tend to re-happen. And if I get into situations like this, I want to keep it. I absolutely want to keep it, because this is an additional challenge and that I enjoy a lot. Hi Hein Bagaluth, glad you made it. Yeah, here we're trying to get the tanks in. Very important to notice, the tanks will always move first. I want to damage him because I want him to move in, him to stay, so that he can move upwards next. I don't want more units to the south. I want to keep as many units in the north as possible, and this is already too much. I don't want to deal with those. So I'm sending in my air force to emergency clear the situation. Good thing I have my plus attack Stuka. And yeah, here you can decide, you can try to hold or you can try to withdraw, but I think I want to hold here, because having those two forces split up gives me the option to destroy them quicker actually. So this might turn out to actually be beneficial. The only problem is I'm starting to run out of ammunition. Yeah, and Goose, I can totally understand to treat the game completely turn per turn and reload complete turns, but I find myself, if I do that, it's so inviting to reload, and I'm not immune to this urge to reload. I want to punish myself as much as somehow possible for reloading and keep myself from doing it, because it ultimately destroys the fun of playing, in my opinion. And this urge to have the ultimate perfect result for each turn, this is, yeah, toxic, I think. So I'm deliberately accepting bad results. If I can manage. If I can't manage, then I reload naturally. Yeah, here my trap line is already set up in the dark. That's great, but I don't think they are moving. This will take one more turn. This force is already pretty weakened. And very importantly, the tanks will stay beneath my planes. And if everything works out, I can finish them off before I get hit, so that I can transfer the Air Force to the south and help out in this around Arras. Because you can't control the situation without the Air Force. It's absolutely impossible. Yeah, and that's another reason. If bad weather hits you during this fight, yeah, you can. I think it happened to me on Manstein difficulty. Then you have to fall back a little bit. But you have time reserves on Manstein difficulty. You don't have them on ultimate difficulty, so you need to reload. Yeah, I simply need to work them down and let them move forward. As intended, the northernmost tank goes in. And they start to move. Interesting, they're doing it on turn 5, but they will reach you only on turn 6. But on turn 6 you have to be prepared. Yeah, redoing the trap, and now we don't want to damage this cruiser because I want him right here. And the Air Force can try to help finish those off, and then I will transfer them south. So everything is timed out pretty neatly. Scout down. That's one of the more important things. Tank down. This Matilda is very difficult to destroy, but at least I want to weaken it. And Oladier can probably weaken the British infantry. That's fine. And that's another infantry dealt with. Good. Then one painful thing is General Harold. He's starting to break through. And I will most likely go for my Panzer III F. This is my pretty new SE tank, so I don't care too much if it gets damaged. I'm already moving my Fallschirmjägers to the airfield. They're doing nothing up here anyways. And the situation is starting to stabilize. And like I said, transferring the Air Force towards the south. And yeah, just refining the trap line. And here they come. Ideally you have an 88 ready to trap him. But yeah, Cheskur, you can use cheat codes to change the weather, but I don't like to do that. Once again, once I start doing this, it's too tempting to use it too often. I absolutely don't want to open the box of the Pandora. Yeah, this line is not built out perfectly because on the crucial spots I had my weakest units, but at least they are auxiliaries. I don't care if I take a little bit of damage, but ideally you have 88 here and 88 here, and you will, yeah, shred them on the first attack. The important part is to build this line a little bit to the back so you can safely deal with this group outside of the range of this anti-aircraft cannon, because this is very active and you need to consider that. In the center, well, this attack is about to die down, and the important thing will be General Harold. But the Panzer IIIs are doing great work here. Yeah, not too bad actually. On Mansion difficulty I got really unlucky. My tank almost got one-shotted. Ah, and now one moment. This anti-tank unit was inactive the whole time. I could have trapped it for several turns in a row, but nope, refuses to attack. The moment I run out of ammo, they do it. Of course, the Matilda is providing the necessary vision info. But he didn't go for the tank, despite not seeing the artillery. It's really a mystery why I couldn't trap him. But yeah, let's not complain. Those two are the last remaining tanks. And down here, you want to concentrate your Stukas on the Matildas, because the Matildas are not really phased by your defensive artillery fire. They will do a lot of damage regardless of artillery protection. The cruisers not so much. They are the most dangerous ones and need to be controlled. Also, surrender opportunities. We want to force them down, and we were lucky with the weather. This run I was really super lucky with the weather. That's not staged or cheated or something like that, I really got lucky. Yeah, just damaging units and pushing them back is completely fine here. Providing mass attack bonus and retrapping everything. Harold needs to go down. Well, not really any luck with that. He is in a pretty controlled situation now. I don't think they can threaten me. Yeah, and Kershaw is not safe attacking British infantry, by the way. They can't help going for the tank. That's completely fine. This is now one of the most brutal stages of the fight. But since we damaged a lot of their units, they can't actually move a lot. You see? They all try to reinforce on the spot. That's one of the major weaknesses of the enemy AI. And in here, this should finally get under control. And there's not much remaining in the north. So this is working out very nicely. Redamaging the Matildas. Trying to force surrenders on the enemy infantry. Because those actually the most difficult to kill. First, Matilda down. Second, another cruiser down. Pushing him onto the hill. I can hopefully finish him off. Almost. And that's another attack wave, pretty neatly dealt with. He will probably try to go for this damaged puck. If he destroys it, I don't mind. Not really any attack options for him, because he can't go around and reach my artillery. And the Matilda, yeah, probably will go for the puck as well. We will see. I guess I want to push him back to possibly trap him. Not sure, but I think another issue is the enemy air force is going to activate on turn 8. I'm not sure if it actually does on turn 8. But if so, I want to control their vision as much as possible. And very problematic because I don't have my 88s ready in the south. But I want to... Yeah, Harold refuses to die. Like I said, I want to control the enemy as much as possible. So retrapping this Matilda. It will be forced to move in here. The Panzer III needs to move out of the way. Fallschirmjäger's already moving onto their mission to take the airfield in the back. And in the north, I hope we can finish him off. No, I can't finish him off, so I'm just trying to box him in. And... yeah, nothing else to talk about. And here they come. Yeah, like I said, the cruisers can be suppressed fairly easy. Yeah, nothing. The enemy air force is not going to activate on turn 8. It will now activate, I think. But yeah, moving forward with the scout, taking a look and noticing there's one British infantry left, but we can trap it and force it to take action against possibly my Panzer III again. He is not very useful anymore, so I can use him as a lure and trap. Nope. Actually, I don't want to risk it. Move him out. And now the Matilda needs to be destroyed. Simply to get out of vision range. I want to control where the airstrike is going to happen. And there's another British counterattack forming up here. I don't know when it's going to happen, so I want to be prepared. And in the south, yeah, I want to control their vision. push him back. Now I can trap them. Panzer will be a very tempting target. And one moment. I would have liked to use my 88 for the traps, for the air traps, but just to be safer in killing off the Matilda, I used it because this Panzer IV doesn't have a guaranteed chance to do it. Instead, I use my Stuka with double protection to lure in fighters. Panzerjäger is a trap. Everything here is protected. This is a potential secondary trap. This is a potential secondary trap. We'll see if this works out. Yeah. Yep. One more. And that's it. The Air Force is actually not that strong on this map, so 3 fighters are enough. Unfortunately, he didn't go in. I have no idea why, because on the road I think he could have. That's a pity, because now I couldn't trap him and I lose 1 turn over here. Here I don't see the counter attack, so we'll simply prepare defenses. Here we want to finish off the enemy air force and then slowly move towards Arras. The goal is to meet... we'll see in a moment. Let's do it step by step. There's enough anti-aircraft units around here. Should be fairly safe to get rid of all of them. Yeah, just taking a look if I see something, but nothing there. And over here I need to, wait out the turn, because the 88s are in anti-aircraft position and I don't dare to move forward for the moment. I'm forming a small pocket here. I fully expect them to move into this and then hope to crush them. But they are a little bit late. I was wondering where they are. Now they go in. Good. Let's take a look at about our options. Well, in the north, nothing left. The only thing I need to destroy is this British infantry. This is not too easy, but I have a level bomber ready. I have artillery ready. And between those units, I should be able to deal with him. And then I can start to think about grabbing additional hexes. Here, my trap my sinister plan didn't work out. The attack vector is a little bit different than I expected. They're not moving along the road. They try to move through the forest, and Uledir actually stopped them from falling into my trap. That's a pity, but not everything can go perfectly. Could have forced a surrender on him. That's a slight oversight. But now we enter the next stage. And yeah, the goal is to force a surrender on this Matilda, because then I can funnel enemy units into this location and force surrenders. Also, I want to take control about this city just to form a stable anchor point for my defensive line, and I need to be aware of enemy forcing rushing down. So I'm offering them my small puck here, just to give them a target, because I don't want to get outflanked. And here I need to think about retrapping them. And probably attacking those tanks is not smart, because if you stop them from moving, I want the tanks to arrive here first, because I'm presenting them the 88 and I want them to rush into it. And if I damage all those tanks, the infantry will move first, and that's something I don't want. Yeah, scout uncovering everything. The lure with the anti-tank unit works. Now the infantry is moving forward. Like I said, that's not ideal. And yeah, this will be pretty difficult to deal with, but I have very strong units around here. I have my best 88, I have Uledir, I have one undamaged Fallschirmjäger, I have two strong pieces of artillery. That should be doable. All the air forces around here should be fine. Now I'm working on taking down this British infantry. This could take a while. Yeah, forcing him into the open is a good first step. Then I run him out of ammo. And then I simply need to box him in so that he can't reinforce. Yeah. Missed one important thing. Took the airfield with my Fallschirmjäger. That's super important because you want a forward refueling base. Now our lines advance in an area where we are at the limits of our operational range, and yeah, supporting them from this airfields in the back is painful. So around turn 11, 12, 13, you definitely want to take control of this airfield. Yeah, scout needs to die. No, first this Matilda needs to get down. I'm focusing all my artillery on it. That's 4 guns. And I'm not trusting my scout to do enough damage. The Panzerjäger goes in. Success. he will get pushed up. This should allow me to force a surrender on the scout. Making sure he really goes down. Yeah. Let's see. Making the most out of the refueling base. Keeping everything in cover. Taking the hill with the +2 defense Gebirgsjäger. I'm not actually sure when the enemy is going to hit me. So I want to be fully prepared. I want to offer them auxiliaries to the north, just to prevent any breakthroughs and to avoid damage, because I don't have enough artillery to protect everything. And here, yeah, I need to slowly work them down. Panzerjäger is taking one for the team. Scout, same thing. But they are clumped up. This will allow us to force surrenders. Yeah, like I said, I want to focus them on the auxiliaries. Yeah, Grenadier is missing some of his shots. And the Matildas are pretty tough to suppress. So I have to use my 88 and miss out on the surrender prestige. But over here, I am, yeah, I have eliminated all the tanks. So the Panzer or Kerscher now is safe to go forward and try to encircle this group of infantry units. This AUX unit, those AUX units are forming a shield. They will prevent the enemy from moving. And I really hope more units go into this hex where I can safely destroy them. Yeah, trying to find the enemy forces. Nothing here. So I figured it's safe to take out the city. Kind of safe. But a little bit of damage is to be expected. And yeah, British infantry is tough. Even without ammo, they don't give up. And with the northern enemy forces completely out of action, I'm now free to move forward and yeah, grab as much as possible and block them from being able to, yeah, buy Vickers. In the center, still there's a Matilda left. The enemy infantry group has been, yeah, pretty much reduced. Fallschirmjägers are restarting, but I can't. For sure, Goose. I'm absolutely doing my Manstein map wipe technique here. We will find out if I manage to completely wipe the map soon enough. And yeah, there's still a big force hidden in the back. I can't find it, so I'm not launching my Fallschirmjägers yet. You can launch them, I think, but don't land them. This force needs to be committed first. Yeah, so this trap here is now completely useless, and I can start to work on Arras itself. Yeah, once again offering them the auxiliaries. Don't need them anymore. And here I'm a little bit puzzled why they brought a bridge engineer in here. So I'm confused, but it turns out he's part of the attack group, so he will move out of here. Don't panic, just wait. The only thing I want to do is get rid of this quarter pounder here. Immediately, double bombers usually can do it. And yeah, you're right. I noticed that on, also Goose is saying I'm not having Ole Deer in the north because he is necessary to take over everything. But on Manstein, my major weakness was this area here. So this time I made sure I had my Ole Deer and my 88 ready immediately. And because of that, yeah, dealing with this group was rather easy. And yeah, wiping the map is only a secondary objective. So if once this group is dealt with, I can send Ole Deer to get whatever still is possible. Yeah. Anyways, one unit actually moved in here, and one unit actually moved in here. So more trap opportunities. I'm for sure gonna take them. The Panzerjäger is very useful. And now I've found the enemy group. And this is a big mistake. I forgot that this Matilda is now not controlled. And Ole Deer in the open. Matilda, bad combination. You will witness Ole Deer having the worst day in his campaign life here. I'm not sure if it's that bad, but as far as I remember, I was pretty pissed about myself. Why not just move here? At least I lose a lot of overstrengths. Anyways, a lot of AUX units ready to, yeah, form more surrenders. And what I'm doing here is actually a bad idea. That's another thing. Stop it. That's another thing you shouldn't do. Because this will pin those tanks. And you want them to move forward. I got carried away by the heat of the moment. Don't pin those. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit distracted here. Has been a long fight. Could have totally forced a surrender on this engineer. But oh well. And I'm not sure when they are going to start moving and attacking. So I'm making sure to form traps over here, keep everything covered, and if they don't move, I can start working on Arras. I'm offering the scout and the anti-aircraft cannon just to lure them down. But like I said, I don't know what I was thinking at this point of time. Surrounding them and forcing them to surrender would have been the best thing to do. And here they come. Yeah, all the Oath ranks gone. That's costly. And now the bridge engineer starts moving. And notice this Matilda stays back. General Edmund, you should be at the front of your troops, not lurking in the back. And that's actually a problem. But at least trapping still works. Trying to finish off. Not managing to finish it off. And initiative on my promising Stuka. That's so annoying. He could have been almost another Rudel. Imagine if he gets +3 attack instead of +1 initiative. But now it's only a mediocre Stuka. But yeah, it has +2 attack. That's better than nothing, I think. On Rommel, I think I have +2 times +1 defense. Yeah, now I need to get rid of him. Now at least he's in the forest. Wow, this is... this Panzer III had, well, the day of his life. One-shotting a 4th ranks Matilda at 4th ranks. That's absolutely wild. It was not reloaded. I take the rules as I get them. Yeah, let's focus on the situation again. Missed the opportunity to force more surrenders here once they were clumped up. Now I have to work a little bit harder for it. But I have now 4 pieces of artillery ready. That should... and I have enough time, to be honest. So I want to finish them off. And yeah, I want to keep this spot open. Just to funnel more units in, but sadly this anti-aircraft unit moves out to protect his fellows. Yeah, don't know what's wrong here. The AI doing sensible stuff, but this will make operations for my Air Force in this area a little bit more complicated and making trapping a little bit more complicated. Also down here I don't have artillery support, so I frantically try to stop those tanks from moving. And yeah, Luxembourg. Someone in that tank took a lot of pervitine. Probably. So a lot of action up here. I'm still trying to grab additional targets. And sorry if I'm jumping around a little bit too much, but it has been a long day, for me at least. And yeah, trying to control them. And I don't know why I don't force a surrender on him. I'm getting annoyed at myself. Would have been so easy. But like I said, I must have been pretty tired. Yeah, I'm trying to rearrange my defenses here. Using those two to stop any tank attacks. The Panzer IV can also stop infantry attacks. Down here I'm moving more units that I can sacrifice. And because I don't need more kills, my units, some of my units are already reaching 1000 kills. Because I'm always trying to destroy as much as possible. What I need is prestige, not kills. Yeah, down here I am frantically trying to moving all the AUX units to stop them. We only have to hold out for 4 turns here. Then I'm starting to move forward, using my damage tanks to hopefully grab more targets, and here they come. Grenadier once more. Now his overstrength is gone, so I don't mind taking damage on him. Now I lose the airfield. And one moment. This at least was a successful trap. One moment, but that's another mistake I made. Should have not damaged the tank, because I can't deal with the infantry very well, and if the tank moves first, he is blocking the infantry. Yeah, so always second guess what you're doing. Fascimigas are landing. The quarter pounder needs to get destroyed. And here I hopefully force some surrenders. And I'm not sure where this anti-aircraft cannon went, so I'm a little bit hesitant of sending my air force in. So at least I'm using my 11th strength fighter. If he gets hit, at least I don't lose that much money. Once again, I don't know. Yeah, luckily I didn't push him back, but that could have been bad. So I'm absolutely tired at the moment. You can see that by those small mistakes stacking up. And now I'm starting to get worried that I can't take Arras. Because Grenadier is not super strong anymore. And he's entrenched at level 8. At least I have a lot of artillery ready. But still this anti-aircraft unit is alive. This doesn't... Yeah, it's critical. It's critical. Couldn't finish him off either. Would have been a better idea to use Helmut Land on him. Because if I do a few points more damage to this cruiser, absolutely doesn't matter. And yeah, like I said, small mistakes adding up. Yeah, in the north. In the center, still there's infantry left. That needs to be destroyed. And finally, I have the freedom to move again. And now I'm fanning out on the map, frantically trying to block all enemy cities from spawning Vickers. I've given up on the idea of taking over everything. I just want to block them. Oh, this is a critical target. This is a critical target. He annoys me because now I don't have a forward airfield. And probably I will send Kershaw to retake it. And yeah, other than that, not much is happening. Yeah. At least it was the 11th ranks one. Should not have attacked here anyways. And I'm running out of bait. And for whatever reason, this was a suicide anti-tank unit. Probably too much pervertine also. But that, despite my mistakes, allows me to safely take this backward city. He goes on to attack. That makes my job easier. But it's getting a little bit chaotic. Infantry all over the place. I don't have a solid defense line anywhere. At least this anti-aircraft cannon now is exposed. But still, I have a British heavy weapons infantry blocking the city. And I have 2 turns to take it out. Yeah, fun times. Again, small mistakes. The surrender professional will notice that the better option would have been to push this British unit back and then force the tank to surrender. But probably I was too worried using more artillery and instead will focus on the heavy weapon infantry. Nope. Trying to push him back after the fact is simply bad play. And you see, it gets me into trouble immediately. I really don't know what I was thinking. This was such a clean situation. Push him back. The tank is in here. Close up. Surrender the tank. The infantry unit is right here, not able to threaten anything. Yeah. Like I said, super tired. And now General Edmund is moving up. That's a problem also, because, yeah, I hope they don't attack Schulze in here. And also they will start outflanking me and go for the unprotected victory axe in the back. And this is all on me. All those critical situations could have easily been avoided, including a damaged Olidier. Yeah, now I can't stop him. And in situations like this, you're very likely to take a lot of damage. course, you need to take risky attack after risky attack. At least I'm still baiting them. And this bridging unit tries to... Yeah, he recognizes his mistake. Should have stayed in the victory hacks. Probably disobeyed orders and now tries to run back. But he will be too late and up against a very strong Fallschirmjäger unit. So he can do nothing. Still entrenched at level 8. And still a lot of problems. Now I try to block everything because I think I panicked. I'm pretty sure, seeing this British infantry unit here, I was thinking, oh my god, they are already buying stuff. I need to block everything right now. But this was just the infantry unit moving out of the airfield. But like I said, at this point of time, I wasn't thinking clearly anymore. But at least I took some targets in the back, and now everything is safely blocked. I still don't have an airfield, so I'm running... Ah, no, now I have an airfield. Anti-aircraft cannon down. At least this was a smart move. Now the Air Force can swing back in, secure the airfield. And now I remember that it's possible to force surrenders. And I have to do multiple times at the same time. Block them from going through. Having my artillery ready for the final turn. So level 8, we have 2 shots with the Air Force. 4 shots with artillery. So we need 1 more. Yeah, I hope I'll move him up. Nope, I don't. I have 2 more. No, I have 1 more turn. But I think he de-entrenches himself. That's lucky for me. Frantically trying to buy something. For some reason I didn't block something. I saw a Vickers. Yeah, I gave up the blockade on this target. That was stupid. Now I allowed the Vickers spam to occur. Like I said, I was pretty tired. Here at least I think I can retrap them. Totally should have moved him towards Arras. Still is at transit level 8, so I think I will have to do a sacrificial shot with the scout. I hope I think about it. Nope. But I think I have enough firepower to outright destroy him. But the smart way would have been to, yeah, attack with the scout first to do 1 point of de-entrenchment, then fire all the artillery, then do the... then he should be pretty suppressed, do the air attacks, and then force him to surrender. But that works too. Tank down. And just trying to control everything. Let's take a look. In the north, I evacuated the city. Yeah, because it doesn't matter. Needed to do it to grab another victory hex. And other than that, everything is under control. I'm trying to move everything to a safe location, not to get hurt by the Vickers. And here they come. Offering them an AUX unit. 2 AUX units actually. And that's it. Wow, they actually do attack. This was lucky. And here we go, decisive victory. Pretty rough in the end, but I totally brought that onto myself. Don't try this at home. If you play this out in a concentrated way, I think you can pretty safely finish this off and not take that much damage. It all started to go wrong with Oledier getting damaged, and then a lot of follow-up mistakes. Always think if you actually want to pin the tanks, or if you want to let them move first. Because if you pin them, the infantry will move in. That's probably something you don't want. Infantry unit in here is not safe. He was entrenched at level 6. Yeah, don't know. I didn't retest this if he has a chance of getting destroyed, but I think it's pretty unlikely. Yeah, he got a crazy amount of experience out of this fight. So this was a very lucky shot. And yeah, like I said, here around Arras I misplayed a lot. Could have stopped the Vickers from happening entirely. Could have forced more surrenders in here to speed up the progress. Then I could have taken out the city easily. It's probably impossible to take the center location, but at least keep it under lockdown, and then you should be good to go. Anyways, I'm happy how this turned out. Pretty rough fight, but yeah, more fun that way. And like I said, pretty lucky with the weather, but I had two tries where I was super unlucky with the weather. So yeah, if you restart often enough, you will have a lucky streak. And it's not a problem if you have 1 or 2 turns of bad weather in not critical moments. At critical moments, I'm not sure if you will be able to do a decisive victory, but there is some wiggling room. I think by playing a little bit better in the end, you can at least get an extra turn. Yeah, other than that, very nice. Only one hero, and that was a super bad hero on my Stuka. Really ruining it a little bit. But like I said, I will always take the heroes how I get them. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, because I don't think in Dijon the decisive victory is actually possible. And yeah, no, I don't know. And yeah, I already did the Maginot line, and I didn't, yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. You will see that soon enough. And we have at least a decent amount of prestige, because I did force us a lot of surrender still. And I will give elite replacements to all those damaged guys. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and see ya on the next one. Bye. Yeah. No. Let's see. Can we view the battlefield here? No, I don't think so. We are already viewing the battlefield. Okay. Scratch that. Yep. Thanks for watching. Bye.